But when you're listening more, you want to match messaging to where they are in their buying process.
Okay.
Not where you want them to be. You've got to be able to hear what they're saying, and you might have to educate a little bit. You might have to stop and say, okay, let's talk about that, right? Like, let's talk about that topic. Let's talk about what you all have done previously in the last 5 years. You've been there for 5 years. Wow, that's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Culturally, talk to me about how you all think in those meetings about this problem or where it's been popping up, and then you all have been stuck trying to figure it out over and over again. Your messaging is matching them to where they are, not where you want them to be. And so usually where we want them to be is, hey, like make a decision today. They're making the decision every time you slow down and you listen. It's a bunch of tiny yeses that lead to one big yes, right? And so that's the importance in there, and that keeps the deal from getting stuck, because they're like, oh wow, own this. All right, cool. He's helping me think through this. And then if they do have to do some type of selling, now they can at least bring that back and start speaking to things that you just figured out and just revealed to them throughout the process that maybe they weren't even thinking about. So it adds to the conversation behind closed doors.
Yeah. Yeah. A good example is like, so one of the tools I sold was basically a data aggregator and tool for folks. And the thing I always heard from the buyers was, well, we're not really sure if our folks are ready for this. And where I went wrong initially was saying, oh, well, it's okay. That's why we're here. We're going to stick through all the implementation to you. It's a super easy product to use. And that's not what they were saying. Like, I didn't investigate what they meant by ready, right? Like, and as I got better at it, I realized that they were saying our folks don't actually really understand data yet. Like how to use data, how to look at data, how to even gather data. And so what we eventually added in was, and you know what? Well, one, I would say, oh, well, tell me, why don't you think they're ready? Like, what does that mean to you guys? What's the thing that keeps, running into problems or whatever? And then it led to a really cool service we started offering, which was like, hey, actually, for teams that are kind of new to data, we also offer some free workshops about just like basic data principles or how to gather data, right? And then it's like, all right, now I'm meeting them there.
Yep.
And we haven't even talked about the product yet because they're not ready for the product, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So it's such a great